All right, thank you everybody for joining tonight. It's Michael Winiger at Santi Organics, and tonight what we're going to talk about, I'm going to tell you what, this is a little different than a regular Tuesday night opportunity meeting because this is a pinnacle moment in the company in a sense of um, what we're going to be doing, what we're going to be unleashing, and what we usually do. We're very, very structured. So usually on Tuesday nights, we do an opportunity Zoom. And think about this, you guys. If you bring five guests on a Tuesday night in the opportunity Zooms, you get $100 or you get $150 in product. I think that's a great deal because if you're going to do the product side of things, you could be getting 150 bucks every single week by bringing five new people into the Zooms. All right, that's number one. On Thursdays, we do a product educational call with a doctor, with whoever, and it's one of our products, and we embed them into our Asante Organics website, right? So you guys, if somebody asks, hey, what about that toothpaste? You can say, hey, they did a call on that. Go watch that. And it's about it's a 10-minute call, right? And so that's good information, right? Because we will educate you with clinicals and everything that you can ever imagine on the Saturdays in as little as 10 minutes. But tonight's much bigger because this is next level for Asante Organics for a few reasons, right? And that is one, I'm going to start off with we kind of build things up to the cherry on the top, but we're starting with that cherry, right? And that is we locked arms with somebody, and it wasn't, I want you to understand that this just happened. And it happened, and it was really wild the way it happened with me because I have known Troy Dooley for, oh my gosh, years, decades. How about that? More decades. Some people are probably younger in here than what I've known Troy Dooley for. So, with that being said, we had a conversation last week, and hey, building a business. And I had this conversation with somebody just about 35 minutes ago. I said, where do you see a company that has stayed true to its mission statement from the beginning to where we are right now and will forever never change the compensation plan ever? Why mess with people's money when you don't have to? You don't have to. Never did that. But here's a real interesting thing that I talked to somebody because they were talking to me about a couple different companies today. We've not changed employees in 20 years, 21 years. Nobody. So is this a great place to be at? Well, ask the employees. They've been here for over 20 years now. We're going on 22 years. So Joy and I were talking, he's like, Mike, now it's time for me to move into a space where I can leave a legacy for my family, for my kids, for my grandkids. That's why I started the company in the first place, because I didn't want to use stuff that people are saying, oh, that's good stuff. And I'm like, by whose standards? I mean, unless you got a seeing eye dog, somebody's not reading those labels. And and we stuck to one thing, always being a USDA certified organic and well-crafted company, along with everything that we do. We run past, we got the Toxic Free Foundation certification. Only like five companies in the world have that. And the actual the what you have to go through to get that is absolutely insane. And the inspections are even more insane. But we do it. Why? We got over 100 certifications. So with that being said, and over 100 products, and and again, Troy Dooley is a legend in this industry. I mean, this guy has worked with every single law firm you could imagine, with all the governing agencies. I thought I worked with him until he came around, and with all the governing agencies, and he had a consulting firm forever and worked with companies. But I did that myself at one time when I didn't even know Troy. But I know one thing. You can tell a group of people how to do things properly, and then it's the next thing is for them to listen and actually do things properly. And so, you know what? we're at that age now, right? And let's just go build a really good, solid, firm foundation with a company that has good foundational policies and what they believe in, and then create this dynasty that's generational. And I don't know what more to say other than you're working with a company that got nominated for the Nobel Prize in gut health. That's never happened in this space. A company that's now this year we get our 22. So we got 22 international Greenpeace awards. Okay, we got a nomination from the NBC network. From the NBC network as having the strongest alkalizing products in the world since 2012. Really good example. I was talking to somebody. I said, go look up the highest ORAC score ever. We have one product that registers on that at over 202,000. Who does that, right? That's huge. And not only that, then we are the only company in this space, that the most successful cancer research center in the world not only uses these products during the healing process, during the healing protocol, but your post-protocol instructions is the entire nutritional line, along with the topical, the personal care line, and the home things. And on that sheet of paper, because I have it, it says nothing more, nothing less, nothing added. And I think that's why Troy Dooley, one of the reasons why he locked arms with us. And we're going to take this to some very unbelievable places that are going to be unimaginable, but will be realistic. So with that, I want to introduce, a good friend of mine. Love this guy. He's a brother in the Lord, Mr. Troy Dooley.
Thanks, Mike. I tell you, I appreciate you. I appreciate our relationship. And, it was something that wasn't planned. Matter of fact, Mike and I last year didn't even get a chance. Maybe once or twice did we talk live. It was the craziest year for me, starting at about this time. My second oldest daughter, who's in her 20s, had gotten thyroid cancer and was going to have surgery. And that's nothing that a dad ever wants to hear, especially at that age. And about the same time, my daughter-in-law, who's in her 20s, ended up with kidney cancer and liver cancer. And it was a crazy time last year as we went through and we started doing a lot of praying, a lot of searching to find out what can cause all this stuff. Why, Lord, are we dealing with something so young? These are young kids that we're dealing with. And then I lost a baby cousin in March. And I say baby cousin, I'm 62, she was in her 50s and just had a tragic car wreck. And then right on top of that, my business partner in one of the magazines that I run, 52 years old, and died of a heart attack just out of the blue. And then one of my clients' husbands at 48 died of a stroke. And it was just this chaotic year in 2025. And right when we thought we were going to get a little peace, my brother-in-law, who I served in the Marine Corps with, had a car wreck, literally got out of the car and then died, had a stroke or something that killed him. And then I lost my mom in October. So I tell you that because it became really an inflection point for me. My passion is helping men in recovery, helping men just be men. So I'm sitting here with pretty good brotherhood, talking to them, trying to work through this, and none of them could relate. None of them had gone through what I was going through, and they love me to death. I mean, we have some great times, but even when we were back in the woods and we were praying and talking, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, what's next? Lord, I don't know what you've got for me. And look, I don't know where everybody's faith is. I'm pretty much just a Jesus follower is what I am. If it's in red and it's in the Bible, that's where I start and I move out from there. And I thought, okay, if he had faith, if he was walking around, then I've got to figure out not just where my faith is, but trust. So I go through all of 2025. Not all of it was drastic. We launched a good men's organization, and we're doing some good stuff there. But I went into January, and honestly, I went through a little bit of, I think, seasonal depression, maybe is what I was hitting. Um, wasn't going to get to see my brother-in-law again. I'm going into this thing. I'm hitting 62. And last week, Mike calls. And I thought, I'm just going to take his call. I don't have anything going on. And we start talking. And I start really thinking this thing through and saying, Lord, I've got a handful of clients that I just really have a lot of passion for. I've been friends with the CEOs for a long, long time, helped them do their companies right. But I've been with Mike since, I don't know, 2008, I think, is when I started sucking on lollipops. And I thought his products have always been products that, if anything, they got better. They didn't shortchange it. They didn't get worse. They didn't do any of that. It was a focus. And Mike's always cared. He's never come at me and said, "Come on, man, let me cut you a deal. Come over here and do something." You know, I've spoken at some leadership events. I've always made myself available for him, Danny, and JJ. And I thought, Lord, are you talking to me here? And I don't mean, listen, I wish the Lord would talk to me, come in and just him and I could have a chat. But it was it was just something I was feeling. And after Mike and I got off the call and I was working a little bit, I sent him an audio text. If you get around me or I'm working with you, you're going to find I love audio text. I think you can definitely hear a person's voice that way. It's better than just a text. And I said, "Hey, I want to talk about something because I'm going into 2026. I'm 62. I know the products work. Your passion is to make sure that people are doing well." He had just shared with me about the cancer research, the hospital. I said, I got this idea. I said, I want to find a home where I know that the products are going to work. I'm not going to have any changing in that. I said, Mike, I'm going to be building out the Millionaire Man Cave because I have a passion for men. I want to help men, but I want a company with some products that I can feel good about. I want a company where when I'm talking to people, advertisers and stuff that might advertise in the magazine that are looking for something, that I can share, hey, here's some products that might help your family. In all my career in network marketing, and I've been in this thing for 40 plus years, it's never been about going out and building some giant organization. What it's been about is hope and opportunity. I was with Primerica for 15 years, back when it was A.L. Williams and shifted over. I helped launch World Marketing Alliance. It was always about how can we help the people? If somebody dies, how can we make sure they've got enough life insurance for their kids and their spouse? How can we make sure their investments are growing? When I got into the consulting side of the business, it wasn't to go help build giant businesses. It was to go make sure that the businesses were sound and solid so that the rank and file, that Main Street entrepreneur, would have a place where they knew they could make some good part-time money, but where they knew they had some products that could help their family. Because look, we all know coming out of COVID, it was weird. It didn't matter if you got a shot or didn't get a shot. It was just, we didn't know who to trust anymore. And finding that company or those individuals who, they may be a little crazy and wild, but they tell the truth. That's what I was looking for. And when Mike and I got off the phone, I said, why don't you send me some products? I haven't ordered anything in a while. Send me some stuff. Here's what I'm looking for. And he said, as long as you don't open the box until you call me, because I want you first to get on a regiment and get where you need to be. And he knows that I'm losing weight. I'm beefing up again. I got 5 daughters at home, 2 17-year-olds, a 16, 13, and 10. And I want to make sure I'm healthy enough to walk them down the aisle. I've walked my adult kids down the aisle. I married off one of my sons. I want to make sure that this last batch that we have, that I'm ready. And so Mike called me back and he goes, well, why don't we lock arms? He goes, now listen, if you're like all those other network marketing people, I ain't cutting a deal. I said, Mike, it's not a deal. I want to know that I can take my spot that I have, that I can activate that I can start making some money, that I can use these products, that I can get my kids on these products, and that I know that as I'm feeling better, as I'm looking better, I can start talking to other people. And of course, if you guys have been with Mike any time at all, you know, he gets in his own mind what he's going to do. So the next thing I know, he's saying, well, then let me get you on some calls with some people so you can start helping them. They're going to need some help. And it's like, well, okay, we can do that too. Because I really believe that if you can build a company where the owners not only use the products, but have a bigger mission in life. They want to make sure those products are in other people's hands so that their lives can be better, that you've got something. And you know, if you want me to run around and say Asante Organics is the best company in the world, no other companies like them, I can't say that. I don't know about all the companies that are out there. I believe there's people that have passions just like Mike and Danny and JJ. They want to do right by people. So I think there's probably other men or women out there that are striving to do their best, and they've probably got some awesome products. What they don't have is a relationship with me like Mike had. And he is somebody that through thick and thin, whether we've agreed or disagreed, we have always had that open communication. JJ's been nothing but professional from the first time I ever did an expo on him to today. And when I look at that, it's like, you know what? I don't have, I mean, I've got a lot of years left. I figure, you know, if I use these products, I'll live to be 132 probably. So I've got a little bit of time. But my biggest thing is I want to be able to run with men and women who I know have the same passion, especially the men. Because if I'm going to build into men's lives, I don't want to on one side be helping them mentally and physically and spiritually and all that, and then they're dying on the other side. I want to be able to know that I can go out there and lock arms with men and help them do what they're supposed to do. And as you guys get to know my story, you'll understand why that's a passion for me. And I've had my oldest boys have all run a path that wasn't quite like mine, and it cost them their marriages. It cost them a lot of time in prison. It cost them because of drugs and alcohol. And my passion today is to make sure that whatever I do, I know that eventually, somewhere down the road, the Lord's going to say, "Welcome home, good and faithful servant." That's my key. So I didn't know what I was going to say coming into this. I told the Lord I just wanted to share my heart. So I don't want to keep everybody. I'm going to turn it back over to Mike, and if he has questions, I'll try to answer them. But it's really good to be here tonight. And Mike and JJ and the team, thank you for having me on here.
Yes, thank you very much. And I'm excited. I'm telling you, I really am. When we had this conversation and Troy and I locking arms with this program, and you know, and he said something just now that kind of got to me, right? When he says he wants to help these men who had, you know, everybody's got you think that that somebody's sitting around going, "Wow, I don't have an issue." I wish that was the case, right? You know, last week we had the Barrett Jackson show, and we had three different people, guys, men that were billionaires come into our office. And I met them not in our office. I just didn't find out about it. I met them in the areas where the shows were. I know where to go, where to meet people. And the one gentleman who's she's in the room watching, um, his gal came in today for some training. This guy's a billionaire. Think about that. And he says right to me, it was like talking to some of the biggest ones that we've seen move on in our lives, right? What good is my money if I'm sick? He goes, I am a mess. And I'm talking, you're going to hear a testimony from this guy. I'm going to bring him on maybe probably next week. What happened in 3 days? And, and I told him if it didn't happen in a few days, you'd have to go get seen. And it's unbelievable how everything is perfect now. And JJ can probably talk a little bit about that when he comes on too, because he talked to her. And right, it's right. I mean, what good is money if you don't have your health? That's the biggest asset you got in your life, you know? And I think you got a million problems till something goes wrong from your health perspective. You got one problem at that point. And that's what we do. And sometimes it's not always about unleashing new products. I can tell you right now, we're just weeks away from making some announcements on new things or things that we looked at that we've had for since 2008, and how can we make that better, right? Instead of making something that's something else on the shelf, let's see if we can enhance the formula and add it in there so you're not creating another expense. And we've done that 3 times. One was with the B tabs. So if Troy hasn't tried those yet, he'll be like, "Whoa, these are a little bit different. Wow, they're even bigger and they taste greater, right?" And wow, the things that we accomplished with those. So there's some things in the works, but some things are tools, right? And I think, and I'm bringing up something that I'm going to show you the first prototype. What does that mean? I'm in golf. So you know what? I get the prototypes when I get the golf clubs. What does that mean? I get the ones that people get in December before they're unleashed in February to the general public. Don't I think the only ones I know that get those are the pros. But because I know some, I get them too. And those are more dialed in, right? So I'm going to talk about something that made me excited, and it's just because of what we represent. Okay. So I'm just saying this is where it is now. And in about a week and a half, you guys will be able to get yours. And there might be a little bit of an adjustment. Let's just say that. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to explain this here. And it's simple, but I'm going to tell you what. I'm a belly to belly guy. I get it. Some people can go online and go absolutely ballistic, but sooner or later, people want to have a relationship with you. And I don't want to just buy somebody from somewhere unless I know the relationship. And I'm a guy that goes out and I speak to a lot of people. And I mean a lot. Last week, I'm just getting my voice back. I was on 4 different podcasts. As a matter of fact, we're starting our own. Think of that. Okay. I'm going to be starting on Rumble so we can, unveil a lot of things that are not true the, let's just say your body is designed to heal itself, right? You don't need anybody managing symptoms along with things that can give you some, you know, crazy side effects. Your body's designed to heal with whole foods. So I'm starting a Rumble channel called Heal by Design, and I will go on live for the first time, possibly right after this, just to see if I can get it to work. And then next week, we're going to be doing um, a segment on cracking the code of, we know what that bad word is, and we're gonna define it. We're going to break it down. I'm going to have doctors on this call, not doctors like you think, not these white coats with the system. We're going to talk to people that are leading immunoenzymologists in the world, people from the centers outside of the United States that don't use the traditional methods, that use the actual absolute methods that the good Lord gave you when he designed you. Think he made mistakes when he made you? If a body's able to get out of balance, it's able to get into balance. If a body's able to get dis-ease, a body's able to get back into ease. And you don't have to do it with anything that's just a symptom manager. Okay. We're going to talk about let's getting ourselves fixed and for good and celebrate life. Right. And if you go watch, if you know anything about the blue zones, what I tend to teach a lot, because in the blue zones, the average life age expectancy is 98 years old. And they're, if you want to watch that series, that everybody that they're doing interviews with is like 102 and 110, and nobody's shaking, and nobody's got this going on, and nobody's got any issues. The lowest thing on the totem pole over there is the medical systems, and that's the truth. They believe, and some of the speakers I'm going to have on will tell you the same thing. Doctors are great when you got a broken bone and when you need trauma stitches because you got in a car accident or something crazy like that. Other than that, fix this, and everything works great, right? And because of this company and because of the organic movement, I took, along with our team, and I asked Angie to help me very, very quickly. And again, I'm getting these Friday because first off, I ran out of my business cards, right? But I thought if we're really going to be that sustainable, awesome, um, if we're going to be that company, right? Well, then let's be that company. And if you are the person that's going to have a business card, well, guess what? I'm going to share my screen. I want to explain all this here, right? There it is. That's the card right there so far. And what does it say there in the right-hand side? Add me to your contacts, then plant this card. I don't care at this point if they're throwing it out their window and they don't want to talk to me. All I know is one thing. This card is going to end up in soil, and then it's going to grow into wildflowers, into herbs, into anything that we want to put into that card. And nothing is definitive until we make it that. And the ones that I'm getting this Friday and my brother, because we ran out so quickly, is wildflowers. Because I'm telling people, go throw that out your window. Because you know what? Every time you drive past that location, you're going to think of me. And you know what? But we can do a lot of things with them. We can do peppermint. We can do organic things in the house because plants produce oxygen inside the house. So there's so many things that we're exploring right now. And I believe that within the next 10 days, you'll be able to get yours from this company. And what better statement you can leave with a person when handing them something, and not only are you telling them about life and everything like that, that they can actually go plant your business card and it's going to turn into whatever it is that's on there. Come on now. I think that's pretty fun. And sometimes it doesn't have to, it can be just fun and awesome, right? And we have another new tool that we just came with that I think makes things really, really easy, that tells the story of Asante Organics. And with that, I'm going to uh, give this over to Dr. JJ Levine, and then we'll hand it back to Troy. So, in case he has anything else to add. But again, JJ, I would love for you to even tell that story about the gentleman that came in and what happened today when his gal came in, and that's a pretty big thing, in my eye. So with that, Dr. JJ, the president of Asante Organics.
Well, thank you, Michael, and thank you, Troy. Excellent, excellent words of wisdom and exciting things happening. You're right. I've gotten to meet this couple, saw his wife today again. He's been on our products for a week and a half now. And we're not talking about a headache, which as a young kid, I had headaches. That's an important thing. I'm not talking about, a black and blue mark. I'm talking about some serious, serious health situations. For example, I don't want to really give up too much information, but imagine when you're going to the bathroom and you are urinating blood. How scared would you be? Well, that's just one of the tremendous challenges that this guy was going through, which is now gone. And it wasn't like a one night thing. It's been over a week already, and he's feeling great. And there's many other things. So I'm sure, as Mike said, we're going to have him do a testimonial real soon. Real great, down to earth guy. You'd never know he was as wealthy as he is. Super nice guy. But again, who cares about all the money in the world if you're not healthy? I mean, you look at Howard Hughes, look at Michael Jackson, look at all these people look at Steve Jobs, for goodness sakes. He had all the money in the world, but, he died of pancreatic cancer. So all the money in the world really doesn't matter if you don't have health. Now, on that, and that I think of it as good news because this guy's doing well. But I want to talk about a few things, a few hot topics, so to speak. First and foremost, I want to talk about this month's February fly-in at our brand new corporate headquarters in Arizona. And this is going to be a small but powerful and yet intimate leadership training and luncheon limited for the people who act quickly and register. Now, a little tough love here. And I know Troy would agree with this. I know Michael would agree with this. I know most of the people on this call would agree with this. The first step of being a leader is acting like one. Make excuses to attend this event, not the opposite. Early on in my network marketing career, I learned from my mentors to never miss an event. You're here on this Zoom call tonight. I applaud you. That's an event. Never miss these 2 times a week, Tuesday and Thursday, Zoom calls. Never miss a phone call. And definitely never miss a fly-in event or a convention even. And I credit adopting that behavior as one of the reasons why Angie and I were super successful in this industry. Now, for details, including speakers, topics, lunch options, etc., just go to your homepage. No need to log into the back office. Your Asante Organics website, go all the way to the bottom right of that first page, and you're going to click on the button that says February Fly-In. Tickets include lunch, and guess what? The price is only $29.95. That's it. And it includes lunch. That's a crazy good deal for the great speakers that you're going to be hearing from in that afternoon. Now, when you come, of course, we're excited to shake your hand, take pictures with you, award you your now pin rank level, and then help you grow your business to the next level. Very, very important. You want your team to see that you're there, and you want them to be there as well. Second thing I want to talk about are 2 free share tools. We continually offer free tools to the field. Other companies charge you for this, yet we do not. As your business succeeds, all of us succeed. Asante Organics succeeds. We get the world educated, as that is our intention. Now you have the ability to share the 4-minute and 20-second mission video. Or you can share that same short video with your 2 shop buttons, either the retail shop or the wholesale shop. They actually go together. And these 2 new share tools are free, and each allows you to circumvent the website. I love the website, but this will give you the ability in this ADHD society to laser focus your guests on our short but important and compelling mission video. Again, 4 minutes and 20 seconds. With or without the shop buttons. And if you choose the share tool that includes your shop buttons, those shop buttons, of course, are going to direct your guests to your specific website so that you get the credit when they enroll. Now, to see and use these 2 free tools, log into your Asante back office and go to the Tools Training tab. Okay, when you get to the Tools Training tab from the drop-down, choose Share Tool or My Web Links. And I hope you've been there before. I've got another Zoom call tomorrow with a huge influencer, and this is going to be the thing that they want to see in the back office, the web links. Specific for what I'm sharing with you right now in that section of the Share Tool web links, you want to go to the mission video with and without the shop buttons, and you'll be able to share it on anything, on your Facebook, your X, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, your videos that you do, whatever. And trust me, we play this 4-minute and 20-second mission video on a loop at the Asante Organics headquarters, and it gets attention. We have walk-ins every single week. When you come visit us at the end of the month, you're going to see all the decals that we have on the outside window. People come in and they see that video and they are primed, they are ready, they want the products. Now, I recommend when using this tool, you ask your prospects, when would you have 4 minutes to watch a quick video? Remember, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. Listen, let them commit to a date and time, and then you commit to a follow-up immediately after they finish. And when you call back, you simply ask them what they liked best. I promise you, this is going to prime the conversation for your guest to become a customer. I was speaking to somebody the other day who jumped the gun, saw our 4-minute and 20-second video, and then jumped the gun and went right to our website. I asked her, what did you like best? She loved going to the front page of our website and said, shop by goal. So somebody she could send there to look exactly what their challenge is in their life right there, and that website would direct them to exactly what they need. This tool, this 4-minute, 20-second video is designed to be a high velocity, low drag tool. And I recommend taking your cell phone and filling up your phone calendar with people committed to watching these short video. And then you just follow up with them. Just have it filled with these calls. Number three, I want to talk about 3 free PDF documents. And we live in a digital world. I'm not going to be blind to that. And this makes it very easy to enroll people who might not live in your town. I come from the time in this industry that I didn't have a cell phone. I was calling people on my phone. I had a huge long distance bill. Even if I wanted to speak to somebody across the country, let alone out of the country, I had to send a VHS tape to send the deal to them if there wasn't a live presentation going on in their geographic area. So this is a great time. I mean, we're here on Zoom right now. You can talk to people all over the world for free. That's awesome. But though this is true, it will never, as Michael said earlier, it will never substitute the impact of a face-to-face, in-person conversation where your guest can use all of their senses, touch, smell, and even tasting when it comes to our products. So in that spirit, as a tactile tool, we've provided free PDFs to help your conversation and enrollment. And the first of the three is the Join and Save 3-option PDF. Pass the Join and Save 3-option PDF to all your new prospects, and it's going to outline the 3 ways to join and the benefits of each. And the Join and Save 3 options PDF shows that you can become a retail customer, a wholesale customer, or if they want to lock arms and partner with you in this mission, and they want to actually get paid for their referrals, they can become a wholesale affiliate. And your new prospect will see the benefits at a glance and be able to choose the option that's best for them. And then that leads me to the second PDF. And this is second PDF you're going to give to the people who choose option 3, who want to earn money by spreading the word, helping people get educated. That is the Go Green Packs PDF. So after your guest has learned about Asante Organics, pass the Go Green Packs PDF to those who are interested in the business. The Go Green Packs PDF has a photo of the contents of each Go Green Pack, including the products, the lifetime wholesale membership, the Quicksilver bonus for 30 or 60 days respectively, and more. And the Go Green Packs PDF is accessible also from your homepage. So you go to your website, and really your guest will go to your website, and they're going to click Join and Save. And when they click Join and Save, they're going to have those 3 choices: retail customer, wholesale customer, or wholesale affiliate. That third choice is a black box, and in that black box, look for the underlined words that say Go Green Packs. And then you can click on that and you can see what they're going to see. Third PDF. So many of you have asked for this, and now you're getting it. It is the Nutrition Protocol 911 PDF. Due to popular demand, Michael Weniger's 911 Urgent Cell Health Nutrition Protocol directions are now in an easy PDF. It goes with Discount Pack 911 and shares his directions for the proper way to take the supplements to get the best results. Okay? For your convenience, all 3 of these PDFs are located in a very simple area. Again, log into your Asante back office. Again, go to the Tools Training tab as before, but this time from the dropdown, I want you to choose the Presentation Product Logos PDFs. Those are a lot of words, but it's all one choice, and really it ends with PDFs. You want the PDFs? Click on that one. Number 4, I want to talk to you about Easy Order Rewards, or really give you an update. As you know, we launched this just a few months ago towards the end of 2025, and it's going gangbusters. People are thrilled to get half off coupon every month. I know there's people on this call tonight that have used it and they love it. If you want to know all about it, if you haven't taken advantage of that yet, visit your homepage and tap the 5th button titled Easy Order Rewards. You'll discover that everyone can get a 1/2 off coupon every single month for any of our non-sale items, again, month after month. This coupon code can even be applied to discount packs. So when you're in your shopping area, we've got discount packs that are already, you're getting 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items, including that 911 pack that I spoke about that Mr. Weniger put together. Well, you can use that 50% off coupon on packs like that. The 5th button on your homepage explains how to get Easy Order Rewards. And here's the short of it. Just process 100 PSV Easy Order, a recurring auto ship order, for 3 consecutive months. And once qualified, you'll automatically receive a half off coupon code in your inbox for every month that you continue to process 100 PSV monthly Easy Order. And here's the great part. One of the many great things about Asante Organics, you don't have to be on an auto ship. You don't have to have an Easy Order. We're just incentivizing you to do so. And from a business perspective, you now have the opportunity to communicate with your team, your customers, to incentivize them to get that 50% off coupon. Again, they don't have to be, but when they do it, they're going to win, they're going to get the benefit, and that is the glue, the auto ship, that keeps these companies thriving. Now, I recommend, of course, using that half off coupon from time to time, not only for you, but from time to time, think about this as an incentive and a reward for contests you offer your team. So here's an example. I'm just thinking aloud. Next week, you've got one of these coupons, let's say, you communicate with all the people in your downline. Maybe some of them you enrolled, other people enrolled, it doesn't matter. And you get in contact with all of them, either, on a 800 link call, or you direct message them, or on Facebook, what have you. And you offer the person who enrolls the most Go Green packs in that week, they're going to get a shout out on your LinkedIn, on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your X. So you're going to be giving them exposure. Of course, as they win, you win. And you're going to give them a 50% off coupon. So they're going to get that shout out and that award. So use the 50% off, the half off coupon for yourself, but also think about how you can use it to incentivize your team. The possibilities are really endless. Just, use your imagination to effectively best use that coupon. I also want to talk about the Essential Oils Guide. Michael talked about his Rumble channel that he's going to start here in just a bit, and he's going to have experts on. Well, many of you might be new to organic essential oils, and you want to know what's best for this or that, and I have a tool for you to become the expert. The tool that I'm going to speak about is going to empower you. It's going to give you the knowledge as a quick reference guide, and this stunning tool is also going wild. It's fun and easy to promote on social media and to everyone you talk to. The free Essential Oils Guide is located near the base of your homepage. So again, no need to log in. It's there for everybody to see. So go on your homepage, your website, and just go on down to where you see the beautiful essential oil photo displayed, and just tap the button titled Essential Oil Guide. And I'd love for you, I'm going to recommend that you offer this as a free gift to people on social media, people you meet, really all of your guests. It gives them a reason to visit your website, and everybody loves a free gift. And the free Essential Oils Guide describes your edge. And that edge is you offer certified USDA organic essential oils. I'm telling you, the other companies out there that I know of, especially in this industry, they don't. And science has proven that certified organic essential oils are proven to be more potent. And then on the flip side of things, if you're giving out or buying or representing conventional oils, they could be loaded with the things you don't want in there. Remember, I mentioned this last week. Whatever's in the soil will get concentrated in the oil, because essential oils are fat soluble. So your pesticides, your heavy metals, your toxins, you don't want to be using conventional oils. And don't get duped with words like pure oil, botanical oil, natural oil. These words mean absolutely nothing. You want to insist on USDA organic. Now, above and beyond that, we also offer a free essential oils guide that has a body map in that same area. And this body map, you can look up the organ, the system, or health issue and see the essential oils that best supports that organ, system, or health issue. And additionally, the free essential oils guide, again, near the base of your homepage, shares how to use essential oils, including dilution directions for adults, pregnancy, and babies. And we have multiple ways, I think about 12 of them, 12 different ways that you can use the oils. For example, diffusion, which is the best for getting all the benefits of essential oils, vapor rub, bathtub, shower, cold compress, room freshener, linen spray, vacuum filter, that's a unique one, and even more. And then there's Don't Bug Me. That is our certified USDA organic bug spray and repellent, and has a full page spread with efficacy study results. You know that it repels mosquitoes up to 100% for 4 hours. It also repels ticks at 86% up to 4 hours. So invite every outdoor enthusiast to get the free Essential Oils Guide on your homepage, and consider downloading and printing it for yourself right at your work area, your desk, or if you're traveling a lot, with you. Because if you have that, you can use it as a quick reference so that you can make educated recommendations for your guests. And having this tool at your fingertips is going to empower you to be able to make recommendations and serve the wellness needs of the many. Last but not least, many of you have been asking for this, and it's about to happen. gift cards to be announced real soon. Now, I mentioned acting like a leader and being on these Tuesday and Thursday Zoom calls and coming to our live events. Well, be on these Tuesday and Thursday Zoom calls to hear the exact moment when gift cards launch. I'd love for you to bring guests to our Tuesday and Thursday Zooms, and you can access, I don't know if you know this, our Tuesday opportunity Zooms and Thursday product Zooms at, again, the bottom of your website, right there on the right of the homepage. So with that, I want to invite you to see you Thursday, where we'll be talking about science and or a product. And I'm going to turn it back to our CEO and founder, Michael Weniger. Thank you, everybody.
Wow. Getting paid to shop and earning cash back on all your online purchases, converting what you're already spending into earnings. Sounds real good to me. And you know what? Getting educated along the way. There's no good company that exists that doesn't have structure. And we're becoming very big on that. And you've just heard about it from all the things that Dr. JG told you about. Structure. I mean, you'll be able to guide anybody through just about anything with this. And, you know, why Rumble? I'll tell you something. Yeah. I was on YouTube and I did a show and they wanted to boot me out of the country practically, let alone YouTube, right? Because it's called holistic education. And they didn't like that, so they took it down. So I just, I'm just like, being a World Wrestling, WWE fan. I guess it's let's get ready to rumble, right? And we're going to start rumbling, and you're going to see some awesome experts. And I'm going to tell you something else here, right? The 28th, that's really important. Troy Dooley's going to be there speaking as well. And, and a lot of other really good folks are going to be speaking. And this is a real good situation for the people that want to show up. Because I can tell you this, I am in communications with Turning Point USA, and I am in communications with JRE. Does anybody know what JRE is? It's called Joe Rogan Enterprises. Okay. And plus, I'm doing more podcasts. And you know what comes along with that? I can tell you this is what happened the last time I did a podcast, and I'm still not caught up yet. And that was about 2 weeks ago. Is I went on the podcast and I told the person doing the podcast to go put my phone number up there, and you couldn't count to five, and that thing was buzzing, buzzing, buzzing. It almost buzzed my battery out of existence, and it just went going. It was like 300 some. I have to call back, which is fine. I don't mind doing that because I want to help people and I want them, and you can't shortcut, health. You can't shortcut results. I get it. There's a lot of things out there and a lot of fads going on that you see we don't participate in because again, there's no shortcuts. None. Zero. You can't peptide your way to health. You can't. And your body androgynously makes them and you get them from your food. So I'm not getting on that bandwagon or the NADs or the GLP because you got to understand when you mess with one part of the body, that's a human regulated piece of machinery, then the compensation is going to be in, if you're going to put so much attention over here, you're losing attention over there. And you are going to end up with a situation. And then you won't be doing either of that. And then you'll be doing a protocol to get you out of that situation, right? So we don't participate in those things. We teach right straight from the earth here, right? And whole food, real food, nutrition. That's it. So with that, yeah, the 28th, all the podcasts coming up, the channels, the guests, and better yet, a last word from somebody that I'm so excited to work with for the rest of my life, Mr. Troy Julie.
Thanks, buddy. I think I took a lot of notes and taken away from this tonight something that I think is important that we all understand. We've been living since 2008 in what's called a post-trust era. We don't trust politicians. We don't trust preachers, teachers. We don't trust anybody. So when you can realize that people you're talking to probably feel the same way, and you're able to use tools to give them information so that they can go out and search, they can go out and see that, they can come back and realize, wow, the company that I'm working with, the individuals that I'm working with, they're not hiding anything. This is a big, big deal. And on the 28th, I'm going to talk about the 6 pillars of life that literally just go hand in hand. I was writing down these notes. They go hand in hand with everything JJ just talked about, with everything that Michael just talked about, with everything that y'all talk about when you're out there trying to help people. Because when you can make yourself better, when you look better, you feel better, your insides are feeling better, people see that. And I remember, man, it's probably been 6, 7 years ago. Mike and I were talking about a company they were just in extreme momentum, billions of dollars in sales with a skincare serum that would literally leach the skin. And I remember Mike saying, they don't care. They'll be out of business, or they'll sell the company, or they'll do whatever. And sure enough, that company no longer exists today. But the people that use that product, whose face is never going to be the same, well, they got to live with that because they don't have anybody that they can go back and sue. That company's all gone. I don't have to worry about that here. I don't have to worry about what I put on my skin, what my daughters are putting on their skin, what I'm putting in my body. And Mike, I want to say thank you to that. I know that that's expensive. You guys could go with a bunch of cheap stuff, but to do what you guys have done, I think show the dedication that it's not just about money, it's about the mission behind it. And I appreciate that.
Thank you very much. And you said it right. There isn't a lot of profit in what we do, and it is about the mission. And I got to use these products for my kids, my grandkids, now my great grandkids. Oh my goodness. I'm starting to feel like, whew, I'm ready for the museum over here. But yeah, so but for the consumer, they're very, very affordable. And that's the way it should be. And yeah, we're on a tremendous mission. And I got goosebumps when he was talking about this just now. And what's to happen? What's to come? What are the new products going to be launched this year? I'm just ecstatic about what you guys are going to see. Getting on all these podcasts. I'm not. It's kind of like what happened. What's happening now to me is what happened back in 2006. I didn't expect a call from Extra TV and Entertainment Tonight and Access Hollywood and The Doctors and Good Morning America. And Troy saw me on those. That's how we met. That's how we met. And I didn't expect that. That just happened. And then all of a sudden, now all these podcasts and the biggest one in the world, and we're in discussions and getting things ready. And wow, it's just like that all over again. And it just it reflects on what we did and what we held true to. Like Troy said, we could have got off the road, right? It's kind of like when you talk about, you know, here's this big massive audience, and you see them walking in and you can't see anything. It's just, people that believe in God, right? And then you look at this road over here and there's just a few, it's the ones that actually obey, right? And there's a big difference there. And that's the way it is with your health. It really is, and we stand by that. We always will. And good things coming up in the future, great things coming up in the future. So, and working with Troy. And if you guys want to work with Troy, you are working with Troy because he's here for everybody. And he'll if you need to reach out to him, we'll have that up, soon. So maybe on our next Zoom, we'll have him jump on, and then he'll tell you, get a hold of me this way, that way, whatever way you can, right? And Yeah, get in on all this unbelievable momentum that's about to happen. The key to this thing is like companies go through four stages of growth, right? You got formulation, and that's when there's no product recognition and no media attention, right? Then it goes into the second stage, right? And uh, and that's when there's a little bit of product recognition and a little bit of media attention. And you got to understand that was like the growth of this whole green movement, right? And then, then bam, it hits momentum. And that will go for 3 to 5 years. Then it hits stability. And getting in front of that momentum phase is the craziest thing of all because it's the massive amount of success that's there. And wow, we went through this part and now we're right there. We're right there for this to do exactly what those power pops did in 2006. I sold 40 million of those in 10 months. Imagine that. Now all this stuff and the podcasts and the channels and the TV shows and all these things I'm getting asked to be on. As a matter of fact, there's a gal, River, her name is, that is on Sonora Living. She's doing segments on Asante Organics already. So such good things, guys. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for your time. I'm very humbled, very grateful. And yeah, good things. If you got any questions, you can reach out to me and or to anybody here. And reach out to us. We did record this to put this up into the Asante Organics in the Asante Difference. That's our private neighborhood. We all like to belong to a nice gated community with good neighbors. That's what it is, and good stuff. So this will go up here for the people that couldn't make it at this moment. And God bless you. God bless your families and your businesses. And we're looking forward to a unbelievable future, which you would all of you, your family to us. And thank you for being here. Remember, Thursday will be a product training, and we'll be highlighting a product and remember, very structured. And again, all you need five. I'm going to try and get Troy on practically as many Tuesdays as he possibly can do and help us with these things. And if you bring five guests, five, $100 or $150 in products for free. Oh my gosh, that's crazy good stuff. So, all right. Bless you guys and the Lord's blessings upon your day and your evening, and we'll see you again soon. We'll see you on Thursday. Take care, everybody.